And if you'd like to
Junior, Senior.
G'day YouTubers, it's Senior here from Junior Senior Gaming, and today we're doing the weekly drive, and as promised we're using the Mack Titan. Now this is, if you've not seen the actual sneak peek yet, then this is another one of Australia's finest trucks. Now this is a little mod that was done by a Russian guy. I can't believe that there's not very many Australian modders out there, but hey, look, I am trying to learn as fast as I can, but I don't think I'm up to doing trucks yet. And we are also using Pro mods yet again, and we also have the 39-in-1 Roadhunter trailer pack, which all of the mods are down below if you would like to grab a copy of them. Now, today we are towing this. We have a look here. It is a Dolvario Cran 40 ton. So as you can see here, it is a big crane on the back of a, I think it's a Dolvario trailer, I think it is. So it is very, very, very heavy. Now, for some reason, this Mack seems to be a little bit higher off the ground than what normal trucks are. So I think that's it's not really like that in real life, but there's a couple of things I've noticed with this actual truck that aren't actually true to real life. But yeah, we won't get nitpicky, we'll just say thank you very much and keep on trucking. So we are off to today. Let's jump into the actual map. As you can see, Pro mods has been installed. We are going from Tempere, and that's where we left off last time. And we are going all over to Helsinki. Now, I've not been to Helsinki yet, so that's going to be a nice little place to drive to. As you can see, it's not a big run, but, you know, it's just enough, just what we need to do the weekly drive. So let's get in here and start up the engine. And as you can tell, I've turned up the volume a little bit better now, so it's yeah, a little bit louder now so we can hear the actual engines better. I didn't really notice it too much until I started listening to a few of the videos myself and noticed that, yeah, that volume needs to go up. So, well, we'll see how we go. Now, jump in and away we go. This, we got the handbrake on as per usual, always sticking that handbrake on. And let's see how we go towing this 40-ton load. Now, there has been a few updates and things from SCS this week, so we will talk about that very soon. Just trying to get out onto the actual freeway or the road area so I can actually talk a bit better. And this is heavy, you can really feel it. Got my pedal to the metal now. And there we go, look, it's towing it nicely, not a problem. So it is true to the actual Mack in real life when it comes to pulling. Because the Mack Titan in real life boasts that it can pull any load, and that is straight out of the brochure. One of their standard trucks can pull any size load, that being, well actually no, it doesn't say any load, it says most loads, because they're, in Australia we have absolutely phenomenal size loads, 90-ton loads, and you need a special truck for that to pull that. So this would do it, it just needs a bigger engine, that's all. So, but look, it's talking about B-doubles, it's talking about road trains, it's talking about all sorts of things. And the road trains that we have here in Australia are generally 4 to 6 trailers long, and they travel along the middle of Australia through the past Alice Springs and that sort of thing. So, you know, there's whole heaps and heaps and heaps of road trains out there, and there is some areas which do not have any tarmac or bitumen. They're actually just dirt roads, so that's probably a surprise to a lot of you Yanks, because everything's most things are sealed over there, and then you don't see trucks driving up and down them. But here we do. It's a common thing to see a truck driving along a dirt road and doing it at a high speed. I mean, I'm talking like 123 kilometers per hour or 140 kilometers per hour, and that's really moving. And that's with 4, 5 trailers, 6 trailers on the back. So that's a real big load, that is. So yeah, this truck is meant to be able to carry most loads. So, and it's doing quite well here, not having any hiccups or anything. This is a definite. I'm glad that I took this for the weekly drive, because this is a definitely a good truck. It handles the load really well. Now, as we're onto the freeway, I'll just put the cruise control on. Now this week I've noticed that SCS have been talking about American Truck Simulator. Now, they have officially now said they've put in a little flowchart that somebody had drawn up off the forums, and they said this is what you need to go by. All these dates that are up on Amazon, all these dates that are up on all these other websites and whatever, just refer to this chart. And the chart basically says, has SCS officially given a date on their forums? And it says, the flowchart says yes or no. And if it says yes, there's a good chance it's coming out on that date. If it says no, don't count your eggs before they hatch. So it's a no. So at this point in time, there is no official release date. So unfortunately, guys, all those other dates that I've been digging up and all that are null and void at this time. And I was pretty sure that that was the case, but it's now officially said that that is not true. So we'll leave it at that for now. And hopefully it will come out 2015, because I'm itching for that game. Now that that's over, now let's see, ATS still getting licensing. Now, I've noticed that they're having a bit of trouble getting the licensing, and they want to do it properly. They want to do, they don't want to do it like Grand Theft Auto, where they just grab any car and model it and then say, oh, it is a whatever. Just make up a name that's very similar. No, they want to do it properly, which kudos to them. That makes it all the more special, because with the real trucks in the game, that makes it more playable, because you want to drive the real thing, especially if it's modeled so much like the real thing. It's not funny. Now, they've actually got, I've seen that they gave a copy to Kenworth Packer, and they took that to a science fair to see what the crowd's reaction was. Now, I haven't actually heard what the actual reaction was to that, but I'd assume that there was a lot of people queuing up to play American Truck Simulator, and if I knew where it was, I would have jumped on a plane and been there, because I would have loved to got some photos, been there playing the actual game. So never mind, I missed out on that one. If I had heard earlier, then I would have done it. But that's shit happens. What can you do? Because they had like on there, I don't know if you've seen the photos or anything, but they had like screens, like 3 screens, 4 screens, where they had the steering wheel and that, and you could actually look around, and it was, whoa, it would look like the actual, you were really driving a truck. Had a steering wheel, a nice chair and everything there, and the investors for Kenworth Packer were looking on at what was going on. And look, geez, I haven't heard anything official that they've got on board, but I really do hope they get on board and get some of the the T900 series trucks in there. That would be really, really cool, because I love the Kenworth trucks. Now, also, SCS has also said that they have blender tools. Now, if I'm actually going to have a whack at that, I think. I'll get in there at one time and start small. I want to find something that I can start small with and work my way up. And but I want to finish off all my skins and stuff that I have first, and then I'll start looking at it. But the actual package will allow you to export, do all your modeling, your basic modeling, and export. So that involves like your the actual housing, So in the foreground that you see and the close-up housing. It also showed bull bars and wheels, other accessories that you'll be able to do as well. I haven't heard if you can do a full truck in it yet, but I can't see why not. But it'd be very interesting to see if you can or can't. So in the coming weeks we'll probably see a lot of development using the actual SES blender tool, which will be very interesting, especially if the really good guys who who do a lot of the modeling, like Roadhunter, for example. Since we're using his mod today, we'll mention him. Hopefully they'll get into that and they won't have any issues in transferring over to that. I don't know, but it could be a totally different ballpark, but we'll just have to wait and see what they say with that. There's the exhaust brakes going there. Doesn't make much of a sound because the real Mack makes a lot of noise when you've got the exhaust brakes on. It just goes da 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 da. Makes one hell of an actual noise. So that's where it goes to. This guy's from Russia who made this, so he won't have any access to this Mack because they're not sold worldwide. But this truck really does handle everything quite well, and we're going around here. Oh man. And yeah, we're getting around that corner, no problem. This is really good. I like this truck. Definitely going to have to add this to my favorites collection of trucks. It's really nice to drive. It is very, very nice to drive. Very, very close to the Kenworth, but it's some slight differences. So that makes it very interesting. Now I'm indicating there, mate. Are you going to go right alongside me? You are. And then where you gone? Where's he gone? Can't see him. Crazy cars. Now, what else? There was another thing I wanted to mention as well, and that is telemetry. Now, SCS has released the actual code base for telemetry, which will allow for all sorts of mods, and we've seen a few at the moment for there's one for, I think it's the iPad, where it shows you can put the iPad down on the desk and it will actually link up with the game somehow. I'm not 100% sure yet. I'll have to look into it further. It will link up and show you your speed. It'll show you all sorts of things that you would normally see on the dash of the truck, but it's on the actual device itself. Now there is also, for one of the Logitech keyboards, I think it's the S15, I think it will actually show you that sort of information as well on the keyboard, because it's got an LCD little screen in it, and that's why. So that's something of interest as well, which is really cool. So there's going to be a whole heap of different sorts of things that you can add, mods that you can add to the game to make it a lot more better. So that's actually going to be really interesting in the future, guys. So if you're a big fan of Euro Truck and also American Truck Simulator, then this is going to be right up your alley when they bring it out, because you're going to be loving it. Because all that extra stuff that you need to help you with the driving is going to be they're going to make it available. And look, we're already at our destination, so let's see if we can get around here without hitting anything. Now that was a lot more quicker than what I thought it was actually going to be. Sometimes you just can't judge the drives, quite right, whether it's going to take a long time, whether it's going to take a short time, but this truck really did an awesome job. I actually thought it was going to be slow, but it seemed to have just pulled everything, took this 40-ton load, not a problem. So that is really, really good. And look, guys, again, if you want to try some Australian trucks, then definitely I love to mention the Australian trucks. like this one here, the Mack Titan, and any Kenworth really. I love looking at the Kenworths. Okay, so that is not straight, so we're going to have a couple of goes at this. I can see it now. And I'm turning the wrong way as well. I always do that. That's not going to work around, so we're going to have to go forward. I might actually pull in over here and do it this way. See if we can back it in like this. Main thing is we got to keep that trailer in that rear view mirror, the back of the trailer. Otherwise, we won't be able to do it properly. So backing it up in there nicely. That's going. It's getting in there. Oops, lost the back of the trailer. See, and this is the actual trick right here. And that's not straight in there. See if we can wiggle it over a bit more. It's getting there, it just takes a little bit of wiggly work. I want to go that way. And then I want to... whoops, bump the microphone. Oh well. Yeah, I want it to go that way now, so I need to get that over. Wiggle it just a little bit. I want to see you wiggle it. There we go, that's a lot better. That's a lot better. We'll wiggle that thing in there yet. Try and straighten that up. Am I going to? No. Oops, I had it there for a second. I had it there and then it didn't let me... Alright. Now we'll try and get it in straighter. Try and get it in straighter. Is that going in? There we go. It accepted it. So there we go, and that is an excellent, so thank you very much. And continue. Now, we'll go back to drive. That's where we want to go. Oh crap, we didn't take... Oh, this is what I was talking about here. See how the load there is lifting up the truck? Whoops. And there we go, it just drops off. You know what? We didn't take any photos, guys. Crap. Never mind. You know, that's fine. I'll go take some photos now and I'll come back. But look, also one other thing that I wanted to mention is I'm doing a convoy, and the convoy will be in about a week and a half's time. The link is below, so double click or go down and click on that. It will take you directly to the actual convoy, and then from there you can actually join in, and we will be doing it on Twitch live. So even if you don't want to join the convoy, you can still go and watch us on Twitch and have some fun. We've also got some, we can do some talk as well, so we've got TeamSpeak, so we'll be doing it on Twitch, we'll be doing TeamSpeak. there's heaps of stuff that we'll be doing, guys, so I almost forgot about that. So if you want to jump in and check out that convoy, check out the links below. Now, just also remember that all the links for these mods that I've actually used today, the 39-in-1 Roadhunter pack, trailer pack, the Mack Titan, and the Pro mods are all down below as well. Okay, so turn that engine off. Oops, no, man, I keep pushing R for radio instead of E. There we go. So there we go, turn that engine off. So yeah, if you'd like to do download any of those, then that's fine. Grab those links down below. Don't forget about the actual convoy. And also, this weekend on Twitch, I will not be doing a Twitch. So, not there this weekend on Twitch. I'm actually busy with family things. So, don't bother turning up. I won't be there. Okay, well look, thank you very much for coming and watching, YouTubers. If you liked this video, don't forget to give us a thumbs up. And remember to share, because sharing is caring. It's very important, people. Sharing with your friends, sharing with anyone you know, that sort of thing, because the more shares we get, the more popular we get, the more videos we can do, and the better we can become. Okay, so that's why sharing is very important, and I encourage all sorts of people, even young little people who are just starting, as you just saw last week. Alright, well look, keep the shiny side up and the greasy side down, and I'm 1010 on the side, and remember, game on! Thanks for watching, YouTubers. If you'd like to see more videos, then click on the links beside. Just over here, we take a look at the Volvo FH 4th generation, and below that we have a look at the Ford Bronco Concept 4 spin tires. If you'd like to visit our website or you'd like to subscribe, then click on the links below. If you like this video, then don't forget to share. Thanks again for watching, YouTubers, and remember, game on!